Starting off the morning, rolling up to SOS to pick up our seat and our headliner that we dropped off about a week and a half ago for the R8. These are the last pieces of the interior that we need before we can finally put it all back together, so I'm pretty excited this morning. If you guys watched the C8 episode, we made a bet, and I lost the bet. And on the line of the bet, I told Oscar that I would bring him 2 flats of NOS. I'm a man of my word. I brought the juice.
Juice.
Yeah, you a happy boy?
I'm happy.
You a happy boy? Also, every time I see you, you wear the same like old Hunting Company shirt every single time, so I brought you some t-shirts as well.
Thank you.
But I didn't bring any for anybody else. You shouldn't show them because they're gonna get upset. Do you need help carrying that, sir?
I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah, buddy.
Lightweight, look at this.
Lightweight.
Squat this, right?
Look, no, that is such a heavy seat. He's playing it like it's easy to carry. But can you fit it in the car? Or is it? I think it should fit in there. So for those who don't remember, this seat had a blown airbag. We have a new airbag in it now, and then SOS was able to just restitch where it was blown through, and they did a really good job. He was like, you might be able to see some of the holes because rather than replacing all this leather, we just restitched where they were broken at the seams. And honestly, this was the cheaper route, and I'm happy we did it because to me, it looks great. So I'm gonna slip the headliner in here and we'll get back to the shop. All right, our goal for this video is to have this completely naked interior back together by the end. Will it happen in one day? Probably not, but we're gonna try our best. Calvin is stripping the old airbag out. He's gonna throw the new ones in. While he's working on that, I'm gonna go ahead and replace the panel for the seat belts because there was a small little piece that was like a 2-week wait for this little guy right here. Let me show you what it was. This little itty bitty piece right here. This is the piece that the seat belt threads through that goes down the side panel. Because there was so much force on the thing locking up, it's cracked it and destroyed it. See that little hole right there, boys? We're gonna slip this in, thread this back in, and this panel is officially doctored up. It's very satisfying.
That looks good, right?
Is that the way it's supposed to go?
Yeah.
No, that looks great.
That looks great. That looks great. I'm gonna push it in because once it's in,
yeah, these clips are like impossible. Go for it.
Okay. We're in.
Oh wait. I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
Come on, man.
It was a
I
joke.
was genuinely scared.
It was a
you know, like.
Nah, it was a joke.
We just spent like an hour ripping these out, my dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crashed R8, not us.
Who?
Well, I mean,
Me?
still a little bit, but
Wonky alignment. Still us.
still us. But got all the pieces. Not, or that is us.
Good
so.
news. To be continued.
Okay. Nice.
You're not allowed to donate while we're filming.
Dad's words of encouragement.
These dad's words of encouragement. That's just true, Blacks. Wait, you can't be. I'm streaming, dude.
Sorry, you're right. I'm interrupting today's video to show you guys Cove's Commuter 2 speaker. This speaker is the best speaker that I have used in the shop because it does one thing that no speaker I have does. At any moment, you can twist, unlock, and you now have 2 portable speakers that you can place separate from each other to get a 360 surround sound listening experience. This puppy can get up to 7 hours of charge time, is water resistant, I can answer phone calls with a microphone that's built in, and it has up to 30 feet of range. Oh shit. The volume you get out of both the speakers is tremendous, and that surround sound experience is unlike nothing else. And as being a viewer of this channel, you guys can get up to 64% off of the Cove Commuter 2 by using code HUNT64 or by clicking the links down below in the description. Thanks Cove for being supportive of this channel and sponsoring another video, and now let's get back to it.
Come on, we got
You want some airtime? You'll get some airtime?
Oh, come on, man. I
No,
got
dude.
hot sauce for you, bro.
Oh, huge. Those are some nice glasses you got on, brother.
See that?
Dang.
Official over
Dang. Oh, we got some Valvoline stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey. Thank you, good sir. 49-inch curved monitor screen. Yes, sir. I don't want to give you guys too much of a sneak peek, but our 49-inch curved monitor for our racing sim just showed up the same day as our stand for it showed up. Racing sim coming soon, I promise. All right, headliner, your time is up.
All right, Pinhead, your time is up.
Calvin and I have to fold this headliner in a taco formation and slip it in this door. It barely fits, and it's very scary because, oh, I almost dropped the camera. It's a very scary process because you feel like you're bending it and increasing it, and it kind of goes away once it unfolds and settles again. There's no really easy way to film this. I'll do my best to film it. But first, I'm gonna show you guys the repair job because we took the cheaper route to fix it rather than redoing the whole entire thing with Alcantara. Pretty much what they did, you can see this like patch right here. So they pretty much just lined up where it was broken or where it cracked. So there's still a visible crack here, but keep in mind this is the very, very utmost farthest point away in the car. So you really will never be able to see that. You can kind of see the lines, almost like a little scar, but it's glued in the back so it won't stretch or peel off or anything. Having the seat repair and the headliner repair was only 300 bucks. So you really can't argue that. This is what I meant by we taco it. It's an ugly crease, but it folds back out. So you just have to be quick with it. Yeah. So much easier to put it back in. When we go up, we have to make sure that mirror controls and all the lights thread first. And then, I don't even remember, oh, the bolt points are on the back corners. Like I can hear the clip, but it's not. Like if here's the hole,
Yeah.
my clip's like here.
Oh.
I need to like get it in.
Oh.
Come on. Back first. Dang, son.
It's coming together.
Coming together.
There were curtains here before, dude. So good.
Now what we have to do is put the backboard back on, plug the seats back in, and the interior is completely finished. Yeah, that's awesome.
Bad, bud, not bad.
These labeled baggies really coming in clutch, boys.
Walmart.
Cobb and I were just figuring out what piece needs to go back next, and we found the back portion. And I was like, all right, we gotta go back to the nut bag, the bag of nuts, whatever you wanna call it. And I was like, we gotta figure out which one it's supposed to be. And I was like, Cobb, I'm gonna read out to you the labels that we've done, and you tell me which one it is. And I looked at it,
label. 10 out of 10.
and I found one that says backboard with cargo net.
Backboard with cargo net.
I was like, damn, I don't even
Let's
ask
go.
you. Our labeling was superb.
Doesn't your labeling? I'm not doing that. That's
We
all
gotta
you,
get
baby.
that to fit. Are you a mechanic, dog?
No, I'm a cha-cha roach. I'm a cha-cha roach with a tool.
There's weird plastic T-bits. I don't remember where they
Ooh,
went.
this light. What would we look like without the light?
You are really proud of this light. Oh, whoa, blue, dark.
Dark. Not dark. Blue.
Um,
Dark. Not dark.
I don't know where these go. So this made a pretty cool realization. As I was putting together the the Alcantara piece of the back of the car, the interior pieces, all you can see here's a little bit, but there was a little bit of a crack. You can kind of see there was a little bit of a cracked headliner there, but once it's up there in the corner and you have the back piece to cover it, it gets pretty hard to notice. And then on the back, you can see, I'm not even gonna tell you, you should be able to see it. Right there. So that piece, there's one little crack in the headliner. Calvin's actually almost covering it up pretty well. But keep in mind, that's behind what the driver's seat is. So it's there, but it's very, very, very tough to see it. So I'm glad I did do that. And once the headliner's in, there's no visible creases anywhere, which is really good. Dude, this headliner is sexy.
It's so good.
Alcantara.
I kind of want to do it to my beer Z.
Dude, I kind of, while we were doing this, I was like, we should have done the Rolls-Royce Star Roof. I see so many things on like TikTok and like random weird platforms of like millions of people doing it. And it looks like really easy.
It's not a bad idea. We should try.
Dude, this would be a really cool car to try it in.
Yeah.
If this video miraculously gets 40,000 likes, I'll do it. But you guys got to get the 40,000 like mark. 40,000 likes, Star Roof to R8. Which means we got to take all this out all over again, which would suck.
Please don't make us do it.
Did you fart? You did.
No.
I smell it.
You smell nothing, dude.
You did fart. I know, just by that response, you farted.
Mama thinks his mom has got it going on. Sometimes moms are just better, you know?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Papa. What are these? These are fake.
Yeah, I don't know what these vents are for. There's nothing there.
Don't smack these. Don't put.
Maybe we have a weak spec of no speakers, but I'm pretty sure we do have good speakers.
Team Kuya Calvin every day. Are you guys Team T Goose or Team Kuya?
I need to get that bracket right there. You think it's so funny? Holy shit.
You think I'm funny? Leave your comments down. 40,000 likes and leave your comments down below. T Goose or Kuya? My money's on T Goose. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
Full T Goose. Full T Goose. I'm Team T Goose.
Did this go in this car? It has an Audi symbol on it.
Oh, that's in the bucket.
Oh, you're right, that's in the front. All right, well, the whole entire interior is complete. Everything is in on the car. Now the only thing we have to do is put in the driver's seats and the passenger seats. And hopefully the airbags don't deploy when we turn the battery on.
If they do, that'd be spectacular. It'd be it'd be freaking bad, but it would be spectacular, don't you think?
No.
It'd be like Putting this all back together was really easy. Like this portion, the interior is it's a lot of pieces, but putting it back is super simple. And shout out to TJ for finding out what those extra bolts were.
Boys, new interior Hoodis. The seats are in, everything is connected, but I have this weird thing. And I told Calvin, he's like, TJ, you're stupid. And I hope he's right. I always have a fear of like once you replace airbags, which we've just done all throughout the car, and you connect the battery because the car's previous history is like, oh, I'm in a crash, detonate the airbags. I always get scared that when you reconnect the battery, they're gonna explode. But Calvin's gonna reconnect the battery. Hopefully those don't go kaboom and explode. It won't. But if it does, that's a hell of a video. I'm gonna feel real stupid. But we can't bolt down the seats until we have power to the seats. Ready? So yeah, do it.
Whoa, no kaboom.
Did it go kaboom? It didn't go kaboom, but now these should move. Yes, sir. And now we can go ahead and put bolts in our seats. And boys, this interior is back. This R8 is amazing and I love it and I can't wait to drive her. All right boys, here we are, sitting in the R8 with the full interior for the first time ever. Calvin's bolting in the passenger seat as we speak. My seat is completely bolted down. We're making great strides, great progression. Now we just need the new hood to come in and the wing to come in, and once that stuff's in, we can actually just finish the front and the rear end of this car. And then once we get that stuff on, there's still gonna be a plethora of warning lights we're gonna have to go through and recalibrate everything and clear all the codes. And I'm sure there is still some things that are gonna need to be replaced, but you know, as of right now, this is a huge step in the right direction. So that's one of the biggest issues that we're still having right now, is when I go to turn the car on, it like clicks and engages, but doesn't start. But if I do it again, the car will start. So I'm gonna press it again. So watch, I'll go to start it again. Why does it not start? That's what I don't know. We still need to figure that out. Could be something simple, could just be when we tie up more ends of the car, it will go away. But as of right now, don't know what that is. So if anyone has an idea, let us know down below in the comments. Couldn't wait any longer. Drove home, immediately jumping into opening this big box. I just want to see the monitor. I want to see how cool it looks. And honestly, if the stand to open this thing, to set this thing up is pretty easy, I might just set it up by myself. It's kind of sketchy because it's very heavy, and doing it solo is honestly not a good idea. But if I think I can pull it off, I might try to do it. But I gotta get a look at this, boys. I gotta know what we're dealing with. Yo! Opening this stuff is always like a Christmas morning type of feeling. And I'm really excited to see the PC, or not the PC. I'm stoked to see the sim get closer and closer to life. I feel like I've been dealing with this sim for such a long time and building it piece by piece, and whoa, it's so big, oh my god. It's face down still, but look how big this is. To give you guys a size reference, if you like can't tell on camera, this is my hand, and it goes all the way over there, and it's curved. It's like super curved. I think I should be able to lay it on this couch if I move some of this stuff. This is kind of in the way, but one second. I'm gonna take it out of the box, I'm gonna lay it here, and I'm gonna show you guys. Oh my, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Dude, that thing is huge. Like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how to describe it, but it's massive. Like here's my foot compared to it. That is awesome. So the reason why I ended up going with one big curved monitor rather than doing the triple monitor setup that I was gonna do. And if you guys don't know what a triple monitor setup, it's the setup that I have upstairs in my computer room. It's 3 monitors that are all like in one stand together to create one big screen. I decided to just go with this option because it was only just a little bit more rather than doing 3 really nice monitors. And it's just simpler. And with how crazy with wiring this setup is gonna be and how crazy we're going with everything else, I decided just to go one step farther and just get this, because I told you guys I was making a full send setup, and gosh darn it, I'm gonna hold myself to that. It's still a mess in here, and this is not done, but this is what it looks like. Absolutely ridiculous and amazing. The monitor is huge. I mean, to put it in perspective, I don't really know how to put it in perspective, but like it's it's just huge. So upon final assembly, like it will be a little bit lower and it will sit much closer, but the sim is not in its final resting place yet at all. Like we're still, you know, we're still gonna be pushing things around, and we have to wall mount the PC, and there's a lot more that's gonna go into this setup. But just to give it a little bit of a quick look, like that's what our machine is looking like. And this is before we have all the RGB stuff in, and just wow. It has been about 3 months of building and buying pieces to get where we are today, and we're almost at the home stretch, boys. We are almost at the ultimate streaming motion sim setup. We're getting there. We're getting close. Getting this PC to mount on this was kind of difficult because the way that the Samsung connects it, I don't remember what it's called, but the way for those who have like Samsung monitors, to get the conversion to work for a like TV stand bracket kind of sucked, and I had to modify some of the bolts and use a whole bunch of washers as like a spacer method, but was able to figure it out. But for the time being, that's where we are. I'll update you guys as we get closer, and I'll be making a full video of like dialing it in. Like when we get the PC in, I'll make a full video showing the whole entire process, and because I know that's going to be epic and you guys want to see that. But huge. I'm super hyped on this. These little boys have been sleeping this whole entire time up here. You're not allowed on the couch, sir. Why are we on the couch? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start editing this video and try to get some dinner in me. It's been quite a long day. The R8 is doing really well. The sim's doing really well. It's been a video of great improvements all around. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the videos when they come out, and be sure to turn on the little notification bell so you actually get updated, because YouTube doesn't really like to use the subscription button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out and keep moving forward.